Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or otherwise you can look me up at my website, which is www.garethcahoon.co.uk. Or if you'd like to support the ministry and the charities that I give to, you can do so at garethcahoon3@gmail.com on PayPal. This one here is another sad one. Ben Sasse calls terminal cancer diagnosis a touch of grace and explains why. There are no maverick molecules in the universe. Through tears and a catch in his throat, those are the words of former Senator Ben Sasse, Republican from Nebraska, told CBA News host Scott Pelley on an emotional episode of 60 Minutes. While he's known for his status as a senator, Sasse made clear early in the conversation that his accomplishments on Capitol Hill pale in comparison to other titles he holds: a husband of more than 30 years, a father of 3 children, a neighbour, a friend. The 54-year-old Nebraska native told Pelley it was his December diagnosis with 5 different kinds of cancer, chiefly a late-stage battle with pancreatic cancer, that illuminated his life's most important work in an undeniably palpable way that he said has been a touch of grace. Pelley asked Sasse, a Reformed Christian, why he believes God has put you to this test. Death is a wicked, death is evil, death is not how it's supposed to be, said Sasse, and me getting a cancer diagnosis again is pretty small in the grand scheme of things. But it's a touch of grace because it forces me to tell the truth, and the lie I want to tell myself is that I'm at the centre of everything and I'm going to be around forever. I can work harder and store up I can work harder and store up enough that I can alone atone for my own brokenness. He added, I hate cancer, but I also am grateful for it. I tell a lot more truth to myself than I used to do. It is when I thought I was super omnicompetent and interesting. Sasse also told Pelley his fight against such aggressive cancer, and illness so painful he tried repeatedly to scald his back in the shower to relieve throbbing pain from tumours pressing against his spine, has definitely made him closer to God in ways he would not undo. I can acknowledge my dependence on God in a new way, he said. Pelley, who made clear he was making no comparisons between their stations in life, said he recalls a moment in the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001, when he thought his own death was certain. In that split second, an anchor said all he thought about was not wanting to leave his family behind. He then asked the former lawmaker how he reconciles the feelings as he faces his own mortality. I am incredibly blessed, began Sasse. My wife Melissa has. We've been married 31 years. We're going to be apart for a time, but she's tough and gritty and theologically rooted, and she's going to be fine. My daughters are 24 and 22, and they're extraordinary. I want to walk them down the aisle when they get married. That's not likely to be. That's not the math on my time card. Sasse then turned to talking about his providential surprise, his 14-year-old son. He's going to be fine, Sasse said with a smile, his voice beginning to shake. He'll have other wise men and women to put a hand on his shoulder. But I'm super bummed to not be there at 16, 18 and 20 years old in his life. I want to give him more advice than he wants, and I want to put my arm on his shoulders. I want his shoulders to get taller, but it's not a surprise to God. At another point in the interview, Pelly asked Sasse if there's anything in life he'd do differently if he had the chance to try again. Without missing a bear, Sasse said he would have wanted to have more children and wished he would have spent more time at home and fewer nights alone in hotel rooms. But in the end, the CBS News host stated, somewhat quizzically, God, you believe, has a plan. Absolutely, Sasse replied confidently. There are no maverick molecules in the universe. This is just a really sad and tragic story of a man who's got everything to live for, but on the other hand, has so much more to gain in dying. And the good news is that being a believer and his wife being a believer, they will meet again in the by and by. May your memory be a blessing, and may God relieve every single bit of pain that you have until the moment that he takes you to heaven. Shalom, Maranatha, and hallelujah.